Welcome back to the channel. This is Stuart, and this is Fitness with Stu. And just want to go ahead and start off. For those who never watched any of my videos, I went through a weight loss transformation where I lost well over 100 pounds. Did it with no type of like medical treatments or Ozempic or all the other stuff people use. I just did it the old-fashioned way, is that I prayed to God that he would send somebody to just kind of get me started, and I put in the work, going to the gym, picking the right foods to eat, and just sticking to it and not giving up, right? Because I started the journey in 2021. It didn't work out so well. I thought I could do it on my own, leaving God out of it, and it didn't work. Like I failed miserably, and I'm gonna show you why. And I always show this picture, and if those who returning know, just remember to comment, subscribe, and like to the video. I'm gonna be here for a minute, as long as the Lord keeps me breathing. I'm gonna keep making these videos, because somebody is gonna help. It's gonna click, things that I went through and the things that I'm doing that you can do and implement in your life. It's gonna work. It's gonna finally click. Because that's what it did with me. It finally clicked. So let me present this brother, right? This brother that I used to know. We was cool way back in the day. We used to hang out a lot, and it was bad habits, and we hung really tight. And I thought I would never get rid of him, but I had to. The old me, presenting that. If you thought it was somebody else, right? It was me back in the day. This is the picture back in 2021. I was probably like 290. This jacket, of course, I had, it was like a 48 regular. It should have been actually a 50 because I was bulging right here. You can see kind of like the wrinkles where it's kind of like pushing out a little bit. Had to suck in my stomach for the video. For the picture, I was an insurance agent at the time, doing pretty well. But let's be honest, like, would you rather buy from an insurance agent who's in fit or this guy? I mean, you probably will, but depending on your charisma, how you carry yourself and all that stuff, I had that. But in the presentation, as far as me being in shape, wasn't there. High blood pressure, shortness of breath. You can't really keep up with your kids because you're tired. You don't really want to do too much. Dragging, stressed out, all because of the eating habits. Over time, this is what it will do to you. So you want to stay away from that type of stuff, right? So back into the video, back into what I was saying. I want to go over some things that don't do this before it's too late. I was just looking at something really quick. Yeah, don't do this before it's too late. Count calories. You want to count calories. Why? Because you counting the calories and you just pouring it in a container and cooking it could be the difference between you losing 1 or 2 pounds for that week. It's literally that simple. There's an app called Lose It. You can download. I'm not being sponsored by them or nothing like that. They have a really good way of you. It's free too. If you want to pay more, you want to pay for the service, you can. They actually have some other stuff in there where you can track your fasting. You can track your like all the different macros and stuff. But it shows you that already on the free version. To me, I've been using the free version. It works really well, and I highly recommend that you do use it. Now it seems like I'm promoting it, right? I'm really not. It's just a really helpful tool to count calories, and you can set a target of how much weight you want to lose, and it can tell you how many calories based on the weight you currently are and what the projected weight you want to be. A lot of people say I should probably go into marketing and advertising because how I be advertising certain things. Maybe that should have been the case. But right now, I'm just trying to help you be a better you. And that goes into my next point, is setting goals and targeting dates, right? You want to set a target date. Okay, by, let's say you do monthly. Okay, by this month, I'm going to lose such and such weight. I'm going to lose 5 to 6 pounds. And put the date down and sign it. Because everything that you sign, you in agreeing to it, right? That way, in your mind, so you're creating a different mindset. You're trying to build habits, because when you're doing this, you're self-consciously going to be like, okay, I wrote this down. I got to do it, This is when you have that mind of Christ, right? When I told you about in the other videos. So setting goals for the week, you can even do that. Like plan your meals out. Don't just try to wing it. Because when you do that, what happens is you go off plan, you go off schedule, because it's like, I don't have a set schedule, I'm gonna just do what I want. Buy your groceries weekly if you can. And what I mean by this is you plan your meals out weekly. Okay, I'm gonna eat this, this, and this. And when the week is up, when you're coming around that Sunday or Saturday, then you go ahead and buy either the same meals again or switch it up a little bit. This way you can keep on track and you know what you already bought and what you're gonna eat and how you're gonna cook it. I highly recommend you get an air fryer. That's gonna be your best friend. Air fryer can make the food taste very great. It can even make it look like it's been barbecued. They got some good technology these days. Use it to your advantage. I'm pretty sure back in the day they didn't have this type of stuff. They had to cook it on the stove. You can literally put this stuff in the air fryer and walk away and do something else. And the timer is going off letting you know, hey, come and get the food, he's ready. So yeah. Also, you want to get around like-minded individuals. And the reason why I say this is because when you're going through a tough time, right? And things you're not seeing the progress because maybe you're not taking progress pictures, which you should be doing. That's another point you should be doing. And you feel like, you want to give up. These are support people you want to have around you. Someone that's either on the same journey, who's been through it, who's encouraging. Someone's love language is words of affirmation, or just period. It's like someone who's uplifting, because that type of person who really values words of affirmation is going to give you the affirmations you need. I'm not saying that it's going to be all the time, but you have to be self-motivated as well. Aside from those people, it just helps in those times, those moments where in your life where you feel like you want to give up. They will push you back up the same way Christ does for us. He lifts us up when we're down. Like I said, create a plan for a week. That kind of ties into what I said earlier. You want to create a plan for a week. You're budgeting, how much you're going to spend on your groceries, how you're going to handle it, how you're going to cook it, what you're going to do, what's your workouts. You got to plan your workouts, right? If you want to go to the gym 4 times a week, you want to hit the upper body 2 times, the lower body 2 times as well. Pick where you got some rest days up in there too. Don't have it going back to back like that. Where you do upper body, lower body, rest. Upper body, lower body, rest. Depends on how many days you want to work. If you want to do 3 days, upper body, rest, lower body, rest. Upper body, rest, lower body, rest. The rest days. Kind of like that. You can do something like that. Don't try to make it too complicated, because then you lost yourself. You cook because you don't want to do it. It's too complicated. Make things easy in the beginning so you can add things on as you go. That's what I learned. Get in the habit of going to the gym. Even if it's your apartment gym, just work there. If you're afraid to go in the gym because it's too many people watching you and you feel like they're going to judge you because you're doing a misform incorrect, that is the case in most cases. But majority of the time, people are doing their workouts. They can care less of what you're doing. They're not worried about that. People are in there to get their workout and move on to the next thing on their list of their agenda. This is why I say you must plan out your day, plan out your workouts, plan out your stuff you need to do for the week. People are on a schedule. Create a schedule for yourself, And last but not least, counting calories. Like I said, you want to do that too. Just setting self-affirmations to yourself. These are very important things you should do and you want to do, because if you don't do these things, you're not going to be successful in life. You're going to realize that all of these things I talked about are things that you can implement anything you want to do. Setting goals outside of fitness. You want to get a new job. You create a plan of how you're going to get there, the timeline you're going to do there, your resume, outlines, all that stuff. Fitness is going to help you have a structured mind, and it's actually going to help you get to things that you truly desire. Let's be honest. There's a lot of stuff that we feel like in our head that is unrealistic to get to attain. And it's because we don't believe we can attain it. Now start changing that narrative today and say, yes, I can do it. And literally, you putting that out there like that, it's going to happen. Words are very powerful. I say this all the time. God created this world with his thoughts and his words. So why do you think your thoughts and words can't be good for you? They actually can. And let it be today. Let today be the day you make a step towards your fitness journey. for you getting in better in shape, and so you can enjoy time with your family, kids, your significant other, whoever it is, your husband, your wife. For the men, you know, you want to be a good leader for your home, start by getting in shape. Ladies, if you want to be in the best shape of your life to attract that man that's going to come into you, do it. Do whatever you need to do, because it's gonna benefit you in some kind of way, form, or fashion. Not just with attraction level, but it can benefit you in your job market. It can benefit you having a better, stable lifestyle where you don't have to keep going in and out of doctor visits, you know? The more you're in shape, the more you treat your body, and the more you guard what's coming in your mouth that's not good, and eating healthy, whole foods and things that is gonna work for you, your body's gonna tell you whether it's gonna work or not. You get stomach pains, you feel bad in the morning, you get sleep deprived or something like that, you can't sleep because of something you ate, then pay attention to your body, because it's gonna help you through these hard times. So once again, this is Stuart with Fitness. So I'm just signing out again. You know how we do it. Like, comment, subscribe. Get at me, you know, if you want to leave something in the comments about your stories or your struggles. People can be saved by other people's testimonies. Like, I'm not the only one. So if you got a testimony you want to say, leave it in the comment section. I'm gonna read every comment. Even if none of these videos, you know, don't really get a lot of likes at first, that's okay. It's a process. Remember, it's a mindset. I'm gonna keep making these videos because somebody is gonna resonate with, you know? That's just a mindset you gotta have. Eventually it's gonna take off, especially if it's in God's plan. So, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe to the video. This is Stuart. I'm out. Once again, you know what I do? Peace. See you next time.